This video is sponsored by Tall Man Toys and Comics. Let me ask you guys something. Have you ever seen the movie Inside Out? Well, of course you have. Who hasn't already? Inside Out is a Disney and Pixar classic. It may have had a concept that we've already seen it a bajillion times before, but Pixar was able to put their own little spin to it, and the movie is really good. It's probably my top 10, maybe top 5 favorite Pixar film out of all of them. It had great characters, had a very unique concept, even though it's been done before. Great voice acting, good drama, good characterization. This was a really fun movie, and the real credit for that is Pixar. I mean, this is a studio that can do no wrong, except for Cars 2. Take it away! Take it away! So, why am I talking about this movie? Well, rather recently, Disney Expo has announced that Inside Out 2 is in the works and is slated for a 2024 release. But something kind of bothered me about that announcement. Do we even need a sequel to Inside Out? Kind of a controversial and substandard question, but the reason why I ask this is because if you really think about it, I think Inside Out is better as a standalone movie and not much of a franchise-worthy sort of thing. Inside Out is fine as is, the story ended, there's nowhere to go. Or is there? Now some of you all are thinking, oh, that's unbelievable, there is no way you can make a sequel out of Inside Out. Well, I've been doing some thinking, and you know what? It might actually work. So, here's what I decided to do. I'm just going to give you guys some ideas of what Inside Out 2 can be like. Now, it may not be all perfect, but this is a good possibility of how I would make the movie. If I were the director or writer in this situation, how would I make Inside Out 2? Well, this, my friends, is how I would have made Inside Out 2. The story. So, I would like for the story to be focused on Riley as a teenager in high school. She's going through different changes in her life, her parents are changing as well, her life is changing, she's becoming an adult. I would talk about a few certain themes, either about growing up, going to college, boys, puberty. Okay, it don't have to be about puberty because, well, we've already seen that before. But anyways, anything involving high school, while also having a subplot involving the emotions. May not seem like a lot, but, you know, I did the best I could. The emotions. When it comes to the emotions, I would like to focus more on sadness, because in the last film, where the movie teaches you about it's okay to be sad, I would like to focus wide to go more deep into it. While Riley is experiencing high school, I would like to have a certain scene or a certain theme that would involve her being sad and going through something. Either it be something involving boys, something involving her school itself, or bullying, or maybe having a bad argument with her parents, something that would fit the theme of the story. As for the other emotions like fear, joy, disgust, anger, let them go on the adventure with sadness and maybe form some sort of camaraderie, just like the first one. The parents. I would like for the parents to have a much bigger role than in the last film. Maybe focus on a situation like there's a reason why Riley was upset or angry, or maybe a certain scene that would cause the situation. Give the parents more screen time, give them more of a purpose, give them more to work with. They weren't bad in the first film or anything, but they were my least favorite part of the first film, so I would like to see more of a development from them. Also, please do another gag with the first film where they were showing their emotions. It's probably one of the funniest scenes in any Pixar film. And the last thing I want to add are the worlds. Much like the first film, I would like to see these characters go on a different quest. Maybe different parts of the body or different sort of islands. Take these characters on a quest that would be integral or would work in with the story. Like, for example, if it's about boys, make an island called Boy Island. You don't have to go too deep with it, but make something like that. Or High School Island, or something like that. Something very creative, or something similar that the first film did, but with new changes, new characters, and new ideas. That's something I would like to see from the sequel. So, overall, guys, there wasn't really much for me to add for Inside Out 2, but I do have a whole hypes that this movie will actually be good. Now, like I said before, these are just ideas and concepts that I would like to see in the sequel. So who knows, the concepts and ideas you'll see will not probably be in this movie. But I would like to see some parts of the ideas and concepts to be in the sequel. Now, I don't expect Inside Out 2 to surpass the original, though who knows, that may happen. Or maybe be this big phenomenon like the first film, because let's be honest, Pixar sequels are not always the best. But I am hoping to see that Inside Out 2 will be a worthy successor. Though the one thing I also want to add is that if you guys think this isn't a good idea, or you think Inside Out shouldn't have a sequel, I completely understand. I think the first film is fine as it is. But you never know. Like I said, these are just concepts and ideas, and you never know, it may end up being good, maybe even solid. And that is how I would have made Inside Out 2.